All right, the passing over. So this was the Passover, the forces of destruction or sparing of the firstborn of the Israelites when the Lord smote the land of Egypt on the eve of the Exodus. So I got into a little bit of that because I really like to understand what it is. Like I'm really into ancient civilizations, world mythology, and legends, the world's last mysteries, if you will. So, Passover is a major Jewish holiday, one of the three pilgrimage festivals, that celebrate the biblical story of the Israelites' escape from slavery in Egypt. So, the Passover ritual is thought by modern scholars to have its origins in an apocotropic hang on. They believe that the Passover ritual is thought by modern scholars to have its origins in an apotropaic rite unrelated to the Exodus to ensure the protection of a family home. So I was curious about what apotropaic meant, and I found out, and it's a type of magic from the Greek word to ward off. So it's a type of protective magic intended to turn away harm or evil influences, as in deflecting misfortune or averting the evil eye. So, interesting. Apotropic observances may also be practiced out of superstition or out of tradition, as in good luck charms, perhaps some token on a charm bracelet, or out of tradition, gestures such as crossed fingers or knocking on wood Many different objects and charms were used for protection throughout history, such as like amulets. Now, I thought it was interesting because the word superstition comes out. So it says may also be practiced out of superstition. So I was like, well, what is the technical definition of superstition? Because I know we all like to create these definitions for things. So I looked it up. Superstition is any belief or practice considered by non-practitioners to be irrational or supernatural, attributed to fate or magic, perceived supernatural influence, or fear of that which is unknown, commonly applied to beliefs and practices surrounding luck, amulets, astrology, fortune-telling, spirits, and certain paranormal entities. The word superstition is also used to refer to a religion not practiced by the majority of a given society, regardless of whether the prevailing religion contains alleged superstitions at all or religions by the anti-religious. 3:33 on the clock. So Passover and Easter. So the reason why I thought this was interesting is because I was like, most of the time Passover, there's a lot of times where Passover and Easter coincide. So I got really confused and figured out, I was like, I need to figure out what all of this really is because hello. So Passover and Easter, while both festivals are about delivery from a state of despair, be it slavery or sin, the frequent overlapping of Easter and Passover. So this year we're not, right? We're not overlapping. There's one event after another event after another event, no, on down. But they're all surrounded by the spring. So it says the frequent overlapping of Easter and Passover of the Christian Holy Week with our 8-day celebration of Passover merits attention. They are festivals of equal gravity. Side by side, they bring to light the deep structures of both religions when Passover coincides, okay? So it's scheduled to coincide in the spring. First, the inviolable matrix is spring. In each case, so that's like the wheel of the year. That's like our matrix. The calendar is adjusted to ensure that the holiday is celebrated early in the spring. For the church believed that the resurrection took place on a Sunday. The First Council of Nicaea 325 determined that Easter should always fall on the first Sunday after the first full moon following the vernal equinox. In consequence, Easter remained without a fixed date, but proximate to the full moon, which coincides with the start of Passover on the 15th of the Hebrew month Nisan. So then I was like, what the fuck is a Hebrew calendar? The Hebrew calendar, also called the Jewish calendar, is a lunar solar calendar used today for religious observances and as an official calendar of Israel. Determines the dates of Jewish holidays and other rituals. It's lunar in the every month It's lunar in the every month follows the phases of the moon, okay? Solar because the calendar's 12 months follow the Earth's orbit around the sun. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so in the Old Testament, written in Exodus, the Jewish have used a lunar solar calendar ever since they departed Egypt. So since the Exodus. So the first commandment the Jewish people received as a nation was to determine the new moon, which is, in this case for us, coming up. Very soon after they received the commandment to make sure that Passover falls in spring. Both the Israelites and the Babylonians heavily influenced the creation of the calendar. Between 70 and 1178 BCE, that the ancient observation-based calendar was replaced with one that was more calculated by mathematics. The month names of the modern Hebrew calendar were derived from Babylonian calendar dates back to the 6th century BC during the Babylonian exile. Years are counted as Anno Mundi, Latin for Year of the World, and represents the traditional count of years since the creation of the world as described in Genesis. So I think that is all I have for you. Actually, we have after the eclipse. Okay, so let's get into that really quick. All right, because this is something to be excited about. I hope that this video and the one that you should watch before you see this one has been helpful. I got cut off with the storage and I didn't realize how long I had already been recording, so I apologize. Most of my videos are split up. We'll get better at that. So, after the eclipse, you may feel a sense of rebirth, as though you are emerging from a cosmic womb, reborn into a higher expression of yourself. Old paradigm structures and patterns will be cleared. You will move forward into a new chapter of your spiritual path, accelerated and expanded. Unity, peace, and stewardship of the planet will be available to us, a reverence and attention, with reverence and attention, you want to open up to this energy. This is a harbinger. Eclipses are harbingers of change. At the core of this eclipse, a profound but interplanetary kind of still goes along with this, but it's a profound interplay between light and shadow, a metaphor that lies deeply within the human experience. Courageously face and integrate these disowned aspects of ourselves, bringing them into the light of conscious awareness for healing and transmutation. It will shine a light on the hidden recesses of our psyche, empowering us to confront the fears, traumas, and self-limiting narratives, aligning the activation of divine feminine energies, ushering in a new era of balance and harmony. For eons, the divine feminine has been suppressed, distorted, and often disregarded within patriarchal societies. So, I just wanted to come on here and give shine some light on some of the darkness already being experienced within us. So I hope that this video has helped you prepare a little for the upcoming solar eclipse. I hope that this information has provided you a little bit more of a spiritual background and the importance of the awareness of this, as higher consciousness is here to evolve humanity and take us into the new earth, which starts with dream ether. Thank you.